Hi everyone, my name is Sarah Taylor and I'm a Diamond Ambassador with Plexus. I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about my experience with Plexus today. I'll tell you a little bit about myself first. I've been with the company for a little over 22 months, so just under 2 years, and I'm a stay-at-home mom of two little kids, a 3-year-old boy and a 5-year-old little girl. And to say Plexus has been a blessing for my husband and I and for our whole family is truly an understatement. I'll give you a little bit of background on us. Previous to Plexus, my husband and I had gone through some very difficult financial times. We had two very difficult births with my kids that ended up in two premature births, lots of bed rest, and me unexpectedly losing my job because of that bed rest. And this was right after my husband had changed professions. So we went from two six-figure incomes to one very small salary. We racked up debt up to our eyeballs, and it was just a really stressful time for us. So when I started Plexus as a customer. I wanted to lose a little bit of weight, and when we started, we were just getting through some of that credit card debt. We had gotten to a point where we were starting to be able to pay it off, but it was still there, if that makes sense. So I ended up starting the products because I wanted to lose weight. But my husband and I decided at the end of the first month that I should sign up to be an ambassador because if we could get my products for a little bit cheaper. He's a financial advisor and he kind of looked over everything and said that we needed to go ahead and sign up to get the products cheaper because knew we were going to be on the products long term, or at least I was. So I signed up on the last day of February in 2014. With zero intent to make this a business. That day, I called up three of my friends because I knew that they were dealing with really similar issues with depression as I was. So I called them up and just told them what Plexus was all about, what it had done for me. And they ended up signing up with me later that day to give it a try for themselves to see if it would work for themselves. Over the course of that first month, more and more friends started to join me because they started to notice how different I was, how amazing the weight loss had been for me over the course of now into my second month, but then also just my mood improvements they were noticing. So they watched that shift happen with me and wanted to try it out for themselves. So by the end of that first month of me selling Plexus, and I really didn't think I was even selling it, it would just kind of was happening. I was able to cover our mortgage payment and also my car payment. And my husband and I were obviously floored because that was a really, really big deal for us. That was a huge change for us. So as a financial advisor, my husband sat down and decided to really evaluate the comp plan. He didn't want us to be involved in any kind of, pyramid scheme or anything like that. So he sat down and read over everything and researched the industry, the company, everything that we were doing. And he ended up signing up with me that day. So we were able to start doing this business together, which is amazing. So fast forward 22 months later, I'm a diamond and my husband is emerald. Diamond is the top rank in the company and emerald is the third top rank in the company. We got back from a trip to Maui, paid for by Plexus. That was back in September. And we have actually received 3 different cars, Lexus, from Plexus over the past couple months as well because of our achievements with the company, which is incredible. But the thing that has impacted me the most with this has been, number one, the people and the stories that we have heard that have happened as a result of us deciding to share these products. The testimonies and the life changes that my team has been able to have been absolutely incredible. But as a family, or for me in particular, it's been really amazing because my lifelong, my goal to being a mom is to be able to be present with my kids, but to be able to also provide for my kids. But I never wanted to leave, our home to do that. And So my husband was a sole income provider, and that was obviously, especially when we were going through our financial difficulties, that was a very, very stressful time for him. So for me, as a stay-at-home mom, to be able to take some of that stress load off of him as the sole provider was absolutely amazing for us. He's been able to change the way he does business and his future plans for his career. In fact, he's actually going to retire, and we're both going to be able to stay home with our kids in March of this year, which is incredible. He's 38 years old. I'm 33, and we're both going to be able to stay home with our kids. And that is just an immeasurable blessing for us. It is never in our wildest dreams did we think that we were both going to be there day in, day out for our kids, to take them to preschool, to take them to kindergarten, that kind of thing, to be able to pick them up, to be able to just be present every day. There is nothing better than that. And I personally have found a piece of me that was missing as a stay-at-home mom too. You know, when you start to stay home, you don't realize that you lose that, or I did anyway. I lost some of that identity that I had outside of the home. And being able to stay home with my kids definitely is a blessing, but being able to refine myself and figure out a more full purpose for myself has been absolutely incredible. I feel just so empowered being able to help other stay-at-home moms like myself battle things that I was dealing with, and to provide and to give the blessing of time with their family. It's been just wonderful for us. I cannot say enough. And this past month, you guys, we were able to make more in 1 month than we did the entire year combined but right before I started Plexus. And I mean, there aren't even words for the amount of freedom that provides. Freedom from stress, freedom from worrying about things, freedom from the bills that pile up, freedom from, having to choose. Do I have to go back to work? Can I stay home with my kids? That sort of thing. I mean, we're able to choose where our kids go to school now. We're able to choose what kind of sports we want to put them in without financial constraint. And for us, that is the biggest blessing. So Plexus for us has been an incredible freedom for us. And over the course of the next year, once my husband retires, we're actually going to be able to use our RV that we have now and go and travel around the country and take our kids with us. It's going to be absolutely amazing and definitely an experience that they won't forget. And we're able to do that because none of us are tethered to our home in Houston. We can, leave now. So to say, like I said, that Plexus has been a blessing for us is an understatement. And my team is the same way. They are growing by leaps and bounds. I'm not the only one having success, and I didn't get in at the very beginning either. 22 months ago, I said yes to Plexus, and that ended up being me saying yes to freedom.